Love your wife. Study her. Try to understand her. Learn how to bring out the best in her. I have seen again and again when men do that well, when they are willing to overlook a transgression, overlook their wife's flaws, and just be gracious, be kind, just like Jesus overlooks our flaws and loves us. Very often, if you're married to a Christian woman, she'll follow you. She'll follow your lead. And we love our wives as Christ loves the church in the same way that Jesus is the initiator of that relationship. We're the initiators too. Men, we have to be the leaders. We have to be the initiators. We have to lead in terms of being gracious. We have to lead in terms of being the first, the quickest to forgive, to be willing to suffer a wrong without demanding justice or anything like that from her. We need to lead in those ways. 1 Peter 3:7, another great text of scripture that I think men would do really well to meditate on. Husbands likewise dwell with them with understanding, kata gnosis, according to knowledge. Live with your wife according to knowledge, meaning you really understand her. You understand her strengths, you understand her weaknesses, you never exploit her weaknesses, you never try to hit her in a place that you know she's sensitive emotionally with your words. You use your words to build up, encourage, and love your wife. Dwell with her in an understanding way as someone weaker, since she is a woman, and show her honor as a fellow heir of the grace of life so that your prayers will not be hindered. And so that's what we're called to do. This is not addressed to wives. It doesn't say, wives, live with your husband in an understanding way since he's weaker, because that's not true. The wife is the weaker vessel. They're weaker physically, they're weaker emotionally, and that's just a fact. I know our culture is desperately trying to say there's no difference between men and women, but there is. There's huge differences between us. Huge differences between us, and they're vital. We have different roles in the family, different roles in society, different roles in the church, and men cannot fulfill the roles of women in the church, and women cannot fulfill the roles of men in the church. A wife cannot be a husband. She can't lead in this way. A husband can't be a wife. He's not submissive to and following her lead. He's the one who's supposed to lead in this way. Okay, another thing, husbands in the same way, live with your wives, dwell with them with understanding. Everybody wants to be understood and known, right? And appreciated and loved regardless.